Hello, guys. Just before we start the episode, I need to make a disclaimer to you all. This episode is a previously recorded episode from earlier on in the transfer window. It was about Chelsea's hunt for a centre-back. Now, this disclaimer is here just to let you guys know that everything that's going to be spoken about in this episode isn't going to be, up to date and 100%, factual in terms of, the timing and stuff. A lot of things have happened. Of course, now we know Koundé is a Barcelona player and Chelsea have signed a couple more, one or two centre-backs. Well, namely Fofana. So, I just wanted to make that disclaimer. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode still and this classic, historic snapshot in time. What's good, guys, and welcome to another episode of CFL Mini Logic. And once again,
he did well to recover that, didn't he?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough at first, but now we're gonna keep it moving. I would re-record, but I ain't gonna do it. You're gonna see the authentic in live in the flesh.
Man. Yeah, just keep moving, man.
So obviously, we're talking about Chelsea centre-back hunt. Now, as we know, Chelsea, due to their awkward situation last season, where the owner was a big contributor to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, star centre-backs such as Christensen and Antonio Rudiger left, leaving Chelsea basically to sign a whole bunch of defenders, central defenders, to replace them. Obviously, they actually were targeted centre-back.
So I actually forgot that he's gone to Madrid. I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, really good Madrid, Christensen, Barca, which tells you how good they are, actually, really and truly. And how good of a season they had, especially in the case for Rudiger, who normally wasn't seen as a reliable defender, but last season completely changed that around. But
you can't lie, you are a complete fool if you thought that was the case anyway. No, Rudiger's a good centre-back.
This is what I mean.
Been proving it since Roma.
This is what I mean, he's been good. Obviously, he had that dodgy time with Lampard, where he was absolutely incompetent. But hey, he picked it up when Tuchel came in. Yeah, but that's he knew how to use him.
Yeah, but that's because Lampard's a prep manager himself, isn't it? I mean, he's at Everton. He nearly got them relegated, so...
Yeah, you know what I mean? Sense. Yeah, but honestly, Chelsea now have a situation now with the centre-backs, don't they? And, they've signed one really good defender in Koulibaly, who's been forever linked to the Premier League.
United more.
Specifically. United and City more specifically, yeah.
So I'll cry for that, innit? But, and now you got, who'd you say? Oh, Koundé as well.
Koundé is the target, a long-term target of theirs, yeah. And obviously, Ake Kapombo, new names that were linked to the, potentially joining Chelsea as a centre-back.
See why that's weird, yeah? Because I don't think he was even good enough for him to be linked to Chelsea. I never thought Kimpembe was a good centre-back, to be completely honest.
I always thought he's always been suspect here.
Yeah.
Suspect. He's very aggressive, too aggressive for his own good.
Yeah, he's like the French Phil Jones.
Not French Phil Jones, I'm finished. It's them was there where I feel like you look at him and he has the physical gifts. Mm-hmm. He has the passing ability, but sometimes the decision making and the mental side of it is just not there. He's sometimes just too aggressive. At his best, he can be a really focused, powerful, fast, smart defender. But the problem is the consistency isn't quite there. I feel like at PSG he's proven to be a very good centre back, but one with many flaws and holes in his game. And maybe Tuchel looks at him and thinks, I can mould him. I can make him a bit more sharper with his decision making and more consistent with his decision making. The link I don't understand is the Ake one. A player that Chelsea let go already. And obviously has rejoined another big club via Bournemouth at Man City. And hasn't really done much at City. He's just been a backup, really. And he hasn't been able to break into the team like that. That link surprised me. But then Man City asked for a stupid amount of money. And Chelsea said, okay, F off.
Makes sense. So
50 million. Come on now.
So in Chelsea's situation... Well, it's not shocking as I thought it was. So in Chelsea's situation, it's more that... What's their formation? What they play with three centre-backs?
3-4-3. That's the system. They play 3 centre-backs, yeah.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah, which is why they need to side a lot of centre-backs.
Yeah, but Kimpembe though. I mean, Ansa and Koundé.
Koundé, I think they need to wrap that up. I know Barcelona are being deviants again, and they're trying.
Fucking Barcelona.
A lot of players Chelsea have competed with Barcelona with this window, and they've lost every single time. So hopefully Koundé is the first one they win.
That's very true.
Lewandowski, Rafinha.
But then if you're Koundé, it depends on how comfortable are you in Spain.
Yeah.
Familiar with the league and that, Barcelona being a bigger club than Sevilla, but you never know. Personally, I would hope he goes to Chelsea, to be fair.
I think Chelsea's the better fit for him. Barcelona don't play 3 at the back. They play a straight up 2 at the back, 4 at the back. he might struggle, even though he's at Sevilla. And I think Sevilla do play a 2 at the back, maybe a 3 at the back. I'm not 100% sure, which is unfortunate. I should have checked that before recording. But I think it's one of those ones there where he'll probably be at his best in the 3 at the back at Chelsea, rather than a 2 at the back with the 2 wing back, two full backs at Barcelona, especially with how offense minded. Bless you.
Thank you.
Depending on how offense minded. Bless you again.
I'm dying.
Depending on how because of how attack minded the Barcelona fullbacks are. So I feel like, everyone talks about the height not being an issue. Same with Lisandro Martinez. He's actually
let me put this to bed. Actually, you don't have to say that. So a lot of you been getting real boners and semis about centre backs. You guys are like chicks on preferences, isn't it? Like, centre backs need to be 6 foot in order for them to be good. Let me just put this to let me put this to NJ. Hear me out. Hear me. Cool. Check. Listen. Mic check. Cool.
Yeah.
The last time a defender won a Ballon d'Or was a right back who was 5'8" or 5'9". Someone check that for me. Goes by the name of Fabio Cannavaro.
Centre back, yeah.
Thought it was a right back.
Centre back.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which proves your point even more, to be honest.
Well, there you go.
5'9".
There you go. Carlos Prio, 5'8". Legend. So, yeah, you don't need to be NBA height to be a good centre back.
That's made up. It's more for a goalkeeper than it is for a defender, honestly.
Oh, yeah. You don't want some midgets keeper on that.
This is what I mean. You can't be defending such a wide goal. You need to have someone that can cover.
Exactly.
Not someone too tall, but someone, within... You can be 5'11" and still be competent as a goalkeeper. I believe that. Maybe even 5'10".
Why not think he was a right back? That's actually shocking.
Because he's short. You see? Yeah. But no, the last defender to win a Ballon d'Or was a 5'9" centre back. So Lisandro Martinez is 5'9". So it actually should be the opposite, not the other way around.
Exactly.
So I think it's one of those there where people are just trying to hit on the signing, isn't it? You know how it goes.
Yeah, nonsense. But
Koundé's literally proved himself to be one of the best defenders in the Spanish league, despite his height. The same, Lisandro Martinez proved himself to be one of the best defenders in the Eredivisie, despite his height. So I think it's not an issue. Chelsea were to sign him, they have tall centre-backs anyways. Koulibaly, I think, is 6'5", 6'4".
Jesus.
He's absolutely tanked. I think Thiago Silva was actually pretty short himself. Quotation marks, short.
Yeah.
He's 5'11", I think, Thiago Silva. So, honestly, I don't think it's an issue, and Silva will probably be, I think anyway, he wouldn't start a lot of games because of his age. But I feel like Chelsea's centre-back, I think they're looking for now a left-sided centre-back now. Signing Koulibaly's filled one need, someone that can play in the middle or play on the right. Now they sign someone that can play on the left. Of course, they got this young talent called Levi Colwill, who was on loan at Huddersfield. He had a really good season at Huddersfield, but then scored their own goal. They got Nottingham Forest were promoted. Not a nice way to end the season, but a lot of Chelsea fans have been arguing that they don't need to maybe sign someone that good because they have Colwill coming through. Now, obviously, I feel like he's 19 years old. Maybe he needs some development time, and maybe he can learn a lot, being a backup to these other defenders that are starting ahead of him. But obviously, Chelsea, it's been rumoured that Chelsea actually want to sell him, which isn't surprising because they sold Mark Guehi, they sold Tomori, 2 defenders that have gone on to bigger things at their new clubs.
Wait, but then check it because ain't Alonso trying to go to Barcelona?
Alonso,
what about Azpilicueta?
Yeah, Alonso and Azpilicueta. So right now, Barcelona and Chelsea, it's quite heavy between them right now. A lot of dealings between those two. But honestly, in terms of their centre back cut, I think it's one of those ones there where it's just like those defenders leaving. Azpilicueta can play centre back as well.
Yeah,
Alonso can't, clearly not. He can barely even play left wing back. But I think it's one of those ones there where it's just like Chelsea are just looking for that left-sided centre back now, and that's why they're looking at Kepombe, and that's why they're looking at Ake, because they're both left-footed. Now, I don't know what other centre back they could go for. I've heard Vardio. That's something that's been linked to a lot of clubs this window. Absolutely amazing defender for someone his age. So there's no surprise that a lot of teams have been interested in him.
I'll call it now. Best centre back in the world. He'll probably go to City. I'm calling it now. But
City, man, why?
I know.
I hope not. I really hope he surprises us. Goes to Bayern instead.
See, it was my joke because I remember I was out and I thought about this, and that's when I started voice noting you.
Yeah.
I was high as hell that day, but I remember that. And then I had this painful epiphany about how great Vardio will become, and then everyone else will pre him and see how good he is, and we'll go to City for like probably 80 million, and then him with Pep will dominate the league, and I'll cry into my bed at night, calling it from now. But yeah,
He's a great defender. Chelsea get him. Whew, fair play. I think signing Koundé, Koulibaly, and Vardy is ridiculous.
it is that's a wall essentially.
Pretty much, yeah. Tuchel's already done really good with the defenders he had, and now to upgrade on Rudiger and Christensen would be something crazy.
But keeping it Chelsea because they need to sign fullbacks as well as centre backs and arguably a striker.
Yeah, they got a lot of holes to fill. It's not just a centre back hut for them. It's actually multiple positions.
Exactly.
Striker, I think, is the biggest one after the defenders, even more so than the midfielders. Because they're talking about how Kante is losing it a bit. I just think Kante had an injury his season. We can't say he's lost it yet. The injuries haven't helped, but I think it's maybe because of that, the injuries that have slowed him down a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to look at, after again, a left-sided centre back, to maybe look again for a striker. Sterling's a good signing because of the experience he provides and all that kind of stuff, and the ability to score goals from wherever he plays, because Pep taught him how to do that. But they do need a proper striker, out and out number 9 as they call it. So, but overall, the centre back hunt is pretty straightforward. Really, they've signed Koulibaly. If they get Koundé, that solves almost everything. And maybe they don't need to sign a left-sided centre back, but maybe they might as well if there's one available on the market. Vardy's going to be hard to get. Kapom is proving hard to get because I think PSG want to let him go, and Ake is proving to be too expensive. So we'll have to see what name comes up for that in the coming days, coming weeks, coming months. Because Tuchel already said in the interviews that he wants 3 centre-backs. And obviously, if he's already got one in Koulibaly, he's trying to get a second in Koundé, which means there's one more. So I have to just wait and see who that defender is. But yeah, all in all, I think that's all for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Mini Laje.